given that there is a growing interest for sports like football, golf, etc., does digital help in generating niche content and driving a dedicated teaching, like specifically for that?
Absolutely. I think I'll tell you how what digital does in the even today to a large extent. So how a broadcaster kind of decides to show a sport is on two ways. One is how much is that sport going to come at a cost. So how this works is, if I have to show football, Premier League sells the rights, right, in different territories. So if you have a 2 year right cycle where they say, okay, X $1 million you have to pay us to show all the matches, then a Star or a Sony is going to take a call that, okay, should I show these matches? How many people are going to watch it? Are people going to watch in a way in which I can make some money, obviously? Or should I just show it because it's premium content and it looks good on my brand? So, what happens with digital is those rights may not be coming cheaper, but you can do so much more content around it with influencers, and with, even if you're not showing the match in television, largely people would do all of this only if you had the rights. You would rarely see, even today, if you don't have rights, you don't do coverage of that particular sport. You won't see, like, Sony has had Champions League for the longest time. You won't see Star doing that coverage on there, this as a show. But I, as a sports kid, I can still do it because I know there's a loyal fan base. Because there are people who are going to watch that. Even if I don't have even 1 second of footage, I can generate a lot of viewership by just talking about certain things on digital, because TV has that constraint of a half an hour show, 1 hour show, or even say 15 minutes. In digital, I can do a 1 minute thing and I can just put it
I'm
on.
done.
So niche sports, definitely digital helps, and it is helping a lot. Even for something like golf, I don't really know the kind of this, but something like NBA for that matter, now you see a lot of young people who are crazy about NBA. And even though if Indian websites don't give them that much coverage, they are hooked onto a Bleacher Report or an ESPN International who is doing a lot of coverage around LeBron James or Steph Curry or Kevin Durant, and they know all the players and they watch all the games. And that audience is there for people even to watch live matches. If you guys have heard of a platform called FanCode, they are just taking streaming rights of all things which nobody wants to even touch, just to give live sport to people who are hooked to it. Because the other thing which a lot of people are doing are now playing fantasy, which is fantasy sports is a big deal where people love Dream 11. Everybody knows, I'm sure. That is only cricket, but fantasy is popular in football. It's popular in basketball. It's popular even in places like kabaddi where people are doing that. So there are dime a dozen fantasy platforms which are there, and people are playing fantasy. How good or bad is it as a platform? I won't like to comment on that, but it is extremely popular, and people are hooked onto it for, obviously, the benefit that they get is, at the end of it, everybody likes to comment and talk about sport, and that is what these things serve.